Yes, absolutely yes. 1000% yes. I could not agree with anything more regarding this design, but just because he needs a new look doesn't mean we have to go through another drastic rehaul like the Boom era, or even the crazy realistic route that the movies took. So what could possibly change about this design to make it appeal to not only us totally sane Sonic fans, but to the masses? Well, I think I might have the answer. Hello everybody, my name is Roland Nolan, and today we're going to talk about a popular debate within the Sonic community, Sonic himself. More specifically, his current modern design. You see, Sonic's look has always followed a couple of key principles, that being his blue fur, his white gloves, and probably the most iconic thing that makes Sonic Sonic is his red and white kicks. As long as his design followed these three principles, there's some legroom to change things up if needed. This is important to know because back in the 90s when Sonic spin dashed out of Mama Sega's womb, we've already had a couple of different art styles for the Blue Boy. We've had the iconic Japanese art style, the American Mohawk look, and a couple other animated renditions as well. And even though each take on Sonic is ever so slightly different, anyone and everyone can easily tell that this guy is the way past cool hedgehog we all know and love. So now that we've had our brief history lesson, let's dive into his current in-game look. And to paint an even better picture for y'all, we're gonna dive into these promotional renders as well. And look, I'm not the first, nor will I be the last to spit out what I dislike about these designs. And truthfully, we've all heard it. The shorter spines, the bulbous shoes, the muzzle curve, yada yada yada, we get it. But is there a reason why these talking points get brought up so much regarding this look? Well, actually,
yes!
Ever since his adventure design, Sega experimented with Sonic's quill length with each oncoming game. We've gotten long, really long, short, you name it, he's had it. But it seems that in recent times, Sonic's quills are starting to get shorter and shorter. I'm not saying shorter quills don't work for him, but in comparison to classic Sonic's shorter style with modern Sonic's longer style, the longer quills just work significantly better on his modern design rather than the shorter quills do. To kind of speedrun why this is the case, his longer spikes show that he's grown. From a wee little lad taking on a baby wrecking ball, to an experienced hero taking on literal titans. And although his clear age has always been up in the air, let's be honest, the dude is probs canonically either in his 20s or 30s. And that's okay. So let's not nostalgia pander with his design by adding shorter hair to a look that doesn't benefit from it. Next point, them clompers. Answer me this. Have you ever seen a shoe shaped like that? Follow-up question, should a shoe be shaped like that? Or should it rather follow this blueprint? That's what I thought. Now it makes sense why they were doing this shape back in the Dreamcast days, but we're living in the next gen, baby! Let's evolve these chonky monkeys and upgrade to some slick kicks. And if you're about to argue that a proper shoe shape could only work for his movie counterpart, then take a gander at these brief clips of some fantastic mods showcasing the movie shoes in action. Alright, now the super nitpicky one, the muzzle curve, aka this spot right here. Within our totally chill community, the majority of us believe that this muzzle curve should be a little more exaggerated. On a visual standpoint alone, a proper muzzle curve has a better silhouette than what we have right now. Now with all that being said, what can truly take this model to the next level? Sure, we could slap longer quills, new shoes, and make our boy's mouth a little more curvy, but I still feel like there's more untapped potential that's just waiting to be embarked on. Come on, think. What could truly enhance this 3D model? Well, funnily enough, I think the answers lie within the 2D side of things. More specifically, with Yuji Okawa's art. This man is responsible for this iconic piece of media, and to this day, he's still mining gold. What I especially love most about Okawa's art style is how he's perfectly able to capture the Blue Blur's personality. This art style had flair, this art style had dynamic motion, and this art style had... Achoo! Whew, sorry about that, guys. I was just about to say that this art style got me sneezing because it's seasoned. Now take a look at the modern Sonic we all know today. Sure, we could tell it's Sonic, and, well, that's it. In short, all of these renders are just way too plain looking. There's no soul behind the eyes, everyone has a weird lip now, There's no more dynamic posing, and oh my god, are they doing this on purpose? Every quote-unquote dynamic piece of these guys just simply doesn't work, and no amount of lighting can fix their outdatedness. So what do I propose? Well, I'm glad you asked. I scoured the internet to find the best representations on what a perfect Sonic model could potentially look like. And spoiler alert, I think I found some worthy contestants.
Wow! Beautiful!
With just one Google search, I was able to easily find many instances of Fukawa's work perfectly executed in the 3D space. I mean, look at this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, this one, this. The accentuated brows, the Nike smile, the curved sneakers, the longer hair, the muzzle curve, the shade of blue, everything is just so perfect. Everything, and I mean everything about all these models just works so perfectly. Which, on a quick note, here are all the usernames that I could find so you guys can check out more of their work. And don't worry about typing in their usernames one by one because I included hyperlinks to all their pages in the description. Anyways, the one thing that I noticed that all these Sonics have in common is how well they show off his personality. Unlike the renders today, there's no soulless expression to be found with any of these renders. We got cocky, cheeky, angry. Oh Lord have mercy, they're all beautiful. Could you imagine if any one of these styles were animated? I just busted the fattest nut. Now, does Sonic's eventual redesign need to take inspiration from some of his best 2D work? Well, in my honest opinion, I think so. And if you don't think this could work, let's take a look at the new Mario Kart. Although only a brief snippet was shown, we can all see that all the Mario characters got a slight touch-up. And guess what? These designs seem to be based on their polished 2D counterparts. And at the end of the day, it's a Mario Kart game. These designs could only be reserved for just this title. So if Sega really wants to play it safe, they could just experiment with different art styles depending on the title. So moving on, let's think about it. Let's say that Sega had an established S-tier Sonic model for its mainline games. And with each spin-off title, this is where we could get fun new takes on a character. Maybe we can get a cel-shaded party game, or another Riders game with exaggerated proportions. Ooh, and going further, what if we could customize Sonic to our liking? More of a Heroes guy? Here you go. An 06 lover? Toggle it, queen! Now if we really want to take things to the next level, swap out base Sonic with Dreamcast Sonic. And then, turn that RDX on with BAM! Movie textures. Want to go further? How about a Black Knight glove? And while we're at it, let's throw in some soap shoes. And maybe Chip's bracelet, the Rider's sunshades, headphones. Oh, come on, Sega! At this point, you gotta hire me as your go-to inspiration station because I'm giving y'all nothing but bangers. Okay, so we could save the customization talk for another day, but at the end of the day, Sonic needs a touch-up. And in my honest opinion, I think this model specifically is absolutely perfect for Sonic. It encapsulates his character in a beautiful bow, and it just gets me giddy just imagining what this model could look like in motion. And going a step further, everyone else getting glammed up in this style as well just seems like a no-brainer. A stylistic Sonic coupled with stylistic environments is just the perfect way to represent his character. And if the real reason Sega's holding on to these retired models is because of merchandising purposes, then I have a little secret for Mr. Sega.
When you use your imagination, there's no limit to the places you can go and things you can do.